be a time where I can't run around on stage because it'll be ridiculous, you know. And I know when there comes a time when you have to stop.
I think he had an idea that he might not be terribly well.
Freddie told me that he was HIV positive before he told the band. And this put me in a very difficult position because he told me he didn't want me to tell the band. So there was I managing a band, knowing something obviously of crucial importance to the band, which I couldn't pass on to them.
Every drop of rain that falls in Sahara Desert says it all, it's a miracle. All God's creations, great and small, the Golden Gate and the Taj Mahal, that's a miracle. There's two babies being born, mothers, fathers, dead and gone, it's a miracle.
There was all these rumours, and he was obviously suffering, and we didn't know what it was, and rumour. And so he did sit us down at one point, and he said, look, you probably know what I'm going to say. You know what I'm suffering from. You know what the problem is, but I don't want to talk about it anymore. I just want to make music till the day I fucking die, and let's get on with it. These are some of our best studio times. We've made the decision that all the songs we write will be credited to all of us, so it kind of releases a bit of positive energy in us.
They became closer and closer without any doubt at all, and the sharing of writing credits was a major breakthrough.
Some magical things happened, I think. You know, there's this track called The Miracle Itself, which I think is one of Freddie's most beautiful creations.
The one thing we're all waiting for is peace on earth and an end to war.
I love the track. It's all so optimistic about the world and the miracles that are being found in the world. Which is incredible when you think what he's looking at, because he knows what he's got and he knows what the prognosis is.
Time will come, one day you'll see, when we can all be friends. That time will come, one day you'll see, when we can all...
Special award for an outstanding contribution to British music goes to John Deacon, Brian May, Freddie Mercury, Roger Taylor, Queen.
The first indications that something wasn't right was Freddie looked a little thinner to me. And I called John up to see what was going on. I said, is something wrong with Freddie? And he wouldn't tell me.
The thing that annoyed me more than anything was a shot of Freddie in the sun. And he'd just come out of the doctor's, I think, and it was really grainy, full-page shot. Is this man dying? And I thought, you fucking wankers.
We hid everything, and we avoided questions. I guess we lied because we wanted to protect him.
I would then say anything to anybody, you know. Is Fred sick? Absolutely not. No, he was in the gym yesterday. You know, I'd fuck you, you know, it's none of your business.
Everybody had to draw the wagons around, because at that time, to become ill was to have a death sentence.
Today the headlines, tomorrow hard times, and no one ever really knows the truth from the lie.
His house was surrounded by, I don't know, a couple of hundred, I reckon. It's just like vultures, really.
Deeper and deeper inside.
It was utterly shocking, you know, filming the groceries in the back of the car boot. You know. Any medicine in there, you know, it's you know, absolutely shocking.
It became difficult to work in London because there was such a terrible focus of attention on him. There's people sticking cameras through his toilet windows and stuff, you know, as soon as the rumours were out there. So Montreux was a much more peaceful place to work, so we ended up doing a lot of stuff there.
Freddie felt much safer there because people didn't bother, you know, they weren't intrusively observing him.
At that point, we can't play live, but in the things that we're doing, it's business as usual.
I'm going slightly mad. I'm going slightly mad.
He was determined to work right up to the last minute. So I was surprised that he did Going Slightly Mad, which I thought was a good video, actually, and it had lots of humour in it.
I'm slightly mad.
There's a lot more humour in Freddie than I think the general public realised.
You won't pick it.
No, Oh! What's he doing? Roger, what did you do?
It was just really a very close time.
Go for me, yeah.
Freddie found an amazing tranquility, and I never really heard him complain. I remember we went out one night, and he had horrible problems with his leg. And I think Freddie saw me looking at it, and he said, "Oh, Brian, do you want to see what it's like?" And he showed me. And he reacted to my face, and he said, "I'm really sorry." He said, "I didn't mean to do that to you." I never heard him go, "This is really awful. My life is shit. You know, I'm going to die." Never, 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 never. He was an amazingly strong person.
The sicker Freddie got, the more he seemed to need to record to give himself something to do, you know, so some sort of reason to get up. And he would make it in whenever he could. So it was quite a period of fairly intense work, actually.
You know, Freddie's becoming weakened by this horrible disease, and he finds it hard to stand up a lot of the time. But he'll throw a couple of vodkas down, and he would prop himself up on the mixing desk and have his mic there and go for it.
Roll camera, roll playback.
Sometimes I get to feeling I was back in the old days, long ago.
I can hear the voices getting thinner.
Things seem so perfect, you know.
I think you can really tell that it's an ailing voice.
We were crazy.
Although he hits the notes, you know.
The sun was always shining. We just lived for fun. Sometimes it's
Roger started off writing These Are the Days of Our Lives about his kids and the way he felt about life and how it comes back. But of course, in that context, it had another meaning.
Those were the days of our lives.
He looked so ill, it was quite scary. And I thought that was a very brave thing to do, and why not, you know?
He spent hours and hours and hours in makeup, sorting himself out so that it would be okay.
Those days are all gone now, but one thing is...
I did too many movements.
I think so too.
But I just wanted to see...
No, I know, I'm just putting my hand.
I still love you.
Then the
I just want to
chorus.
see this. It doesn't
And I'm
look...
crying.
It doesn't look... I think it should be wasted. Do you know what I mean? I want a little bit of shape. I'll tighten it.
Yeah, I like this shape now.
Those days are all gone now, but one thing's still true. When I look,
Freddie actually kind of says a goodbye in that song.
I still love you. I still love you.
Innuendo. It was out on the streets, it was #1, and 2 weeks later they were here in Montreux. And they started doing more music.
And Freddie at that time said, "Write me stuff." He said, "I know I don't have very long. Keep writing me words, keep giving me things. I will sing, you know, and then you can do what you like with it afterwards, you know, finish it off." And so I was writing on scraps of paper these lines of mother love.
He was dying, and he did those things, and he knew he would be dead when they were finished. Because he said to me, "I'm going to sing it now, because I can't wait for them to do the music on this. I give it to you on a drum machine. Give me a drum machine thing. They'll finish it off.
I don't want to make no waves, but you can give me all the love that I...
Every time I gave him another line, he would sing it again, and sing it again. So we had 3 takes for every line, and that was it.
I long for peace before I die.
Mother Love, I think, was the last one. There's an exceptional, spine-chilling note in the middle. It's a fantastic bit of singing.
Out in the city, in the cold world outside, I don't want pity, just a safe place to hide. Mama, please, let me back inside.
It's absolutely spine-chilling.
And we got to the last verse, and he said, "Oh, I'm not up to this now. I need to go away and have a rest. I'll come back and finish it off, you know." And he never came back. That was the last moment that I had with him in the studio.
I went to see Freddie, and it was in fact the last time that I saw him. He said to me, "I haven't given you anything in my will. You're my executor. You can do anything with my legacy. You can do anything with my music, but never make me boring."
The last time I saw Freddie was Anita and I went round to see him, and he was in bed with the curtains open so he could see out into his garden. I think I was talking about things that were in his garden, saying, "Oh, look, that's really interesting, that's really..." And he said, "Guys, you don't need to feel like you need to make conversation." He said, "You know, I'm just so happy that you're here, you know, so even if we say nothing, it's just having these moments."
The worst thing was I was actually on my way to see him, and I was about 300 yards away when Peter Freestone rang me to tell me don't bother coming because he's gone.
It was me who wrote the little epitaph that's on his statue in Montreux, which just says, "Freddie Mercury, lover of life, singer of songs." To me, that sums him up because he lived life to the full, there's no question, with all that entailed. He was a generous man, a kind man, an impatient man sometimes, but utterly dedicated to what he felt was important, which was making music.